Conversation is interrupted when they hear the box coming up, which shouldn't be happening so early. When they look inside they find no supplies, and to their shock the newbie is an unconscious girl that Thomas recognizes from his dream. Newt finds a note in her hand that says she's the last one ever. Suddenly she wakes up and calls Thomas by name before falling asleep again. After the girl is taken to a hut, Thomas points out that now they know they can survive the maze and he wants to return to look for answers, so Minnow convinces 3 runners to join them. The group rushes inside and finds the dead Griever smashed between walls. When Minnow touches it, the creature moves for a second, but it's just a reflex. Then the team works together to rip the Griever's leg off and find a strange beeping device that they take back to the glade. Later in a hut, they take a closer look at the device and notice the letters WCKD, which are also on their supplies. They conclude that whoever sent the boys here has also made the Grievers. Thomas wants to keep searching the maze for more clues and Gally thinks he should be punished for breaking so many rules. Newt decides that Thomas can spend one night in the pit and become an official runner tomorrow. Afterward Minnow takes Thomas to the hut where he keeps all his maps and a mock-up of the maze. He explains he's mapped every variation of the maze already and there's nothing left to see, yet he hasn't found an exit. Now that they have the device he thinks they may have a better chance. On the outer sections of the maze, they've found the numbers 1 through 8. Every night when the maze changes it opens up a new section, and they always follow the same order. The device from the Griever has a 7 so they conclude the monsters come from that section. At that moment the girl wakes up and hides on top of the watchtower. She keeps throwing things to keep the boys away but she stops when she sees Thomas. He climbs to the top 2 and finds the girl holding a knife. She doesn't remember anything but knows her name is Teresa. The others told her that she kept whispering Thomas' name in her sleep, but she doesn't know who he is either. Thomas explains the situation and in return Teresa tells him about the only memory she has, which matches his dreams. Teresa also reveals she found 2 vials in her pocket. They have a blue liquid and the same 4 letters, which makes Thomas realize they're short for wicked. Since his dream said that wicked is good, Thomas thinks they should inject Albie with this blue liquid. When he tries to do so, Albie freaks out and repeats you shouldn't be here. The boys hold him down and Teresa gives him the injection, which instantly puts him to sleep. Afterward Gally locks Thomas in the pit for the night. Moments later Chuck secretly brings him some food and shows him a little doll he carved. Chuck can't remember his parents, but he still wishes he could reunite with them and give them the doll. Thomas promises that he'll get everyone out of the glade so Chuck can fulfill his wish. In the morning Minnow and Thomas enter the maze as soon as the door opens. Following Minnow's guidance, they run through the different corridors and cross a few sections until they make it to the 7th, which wasn't supposed to be open for another week. They found Ben's clothes on the ground, meaning a Griever must have dragged him here. At that moment the device starts making a weird noise and Thomas concludes it's showing them the way. The noise gets stronger when they turn in the right direction, and after walking for a while they find an area Minnow never saw before. There's a long bridge above an abyss and a wall at the end, but when they reach that wall the device activates a hidden door. There's a tunnel on the other side covered with Griever goo. Suddenly a light scans the boys and an alarm wails before the tunnel begins closing down.